The next speaker that we're going to have is truly a one of a kind. When I got to introduce him on Thursday, I told everybody that out of everybody that flew to South Africa for this conference, he probably had the worst experience. And that's because he lost his bags. So please, do understand that the man has had an ordeal, but while having an ordeal, he has a really amazing story to tell us. And it's a story that brings together stories of other Bitcoiners. It brings together the reality of what is it when we speak about circular economies and how do they actually assist in what we're trying to do. So please help me in welcoming none other than Ivan. Do you want to stand?
Okay, thank you very much, Oken. Best MC I ever seen. Okay, so thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, the Bitcoin Ekasi and all the organization, they invite me here. I'm very excited to be first time in Africa. And I'm going to talk to you about us as a Bitcoin for Humanity and the book that we wrote a year ago about Bitcoin circular economies and what we're trying to achieve with that. So a little bit about our story. Bitcoin for Humanity, we are an organization that are in ecosystem since 2017, and this is actually, we are co-founder of La First Bitcoineta, which is a car with those signs. Now it's also the big movement. Ekasi has one, Salvador has one, Tulisa from Lokshan has one. It's very nice to see this growing of La Bitcoineta around the world. It was educational program in the beginning. We was trying to just driving around Argentina and Latin America, giving Bitcoin talks. It was actually very interesting to see that at that time, nobody even knows the word Bitcoin. It was, now everybody knows, maybe little about it, but everybody knows at least the word. But that time was even difficult to understand what the Bitcoin was. So, but our focus was, and the mission was giving the visibility to social impact project, because at that time was everything about speculation and prices and token sales, and there was many good social impact project, but which was invisible for most of the people, because there's no money, no make money in it, so it's not very interesting. And we wanted to help them, give them that visibility, and we was doing that through Blockchain for Humanity Awards, and it was a recognition prize that we put together, and we was given away every November, at the end of every year on La Bitcoin, which is the most important Latin American conference, is oldest in the world actually, still running. And at La Bitcoin, we was giving away that recognition prize to 3 to 6 projects that we selected through the year. And the idea was help them after that to have that visibility, give them mentorship, and connect them to the people that can really help them. And it was like all kind of project that was using decentralized technology, like digital identity for refugees or people that lost everything in wars or natural disasters, platform that was connecting unbanked farmers with sponsor or investor, so they can give them microcredits, and decentralized platform, donation platform, where there was no NGOs between, so there was money going directly from donor to people that was in need, and that was our main focus. But after that, we met the Bitcoin Beach in 2019, in La Bitconf in Uruguay. And after that, we changed a little bit of scope. I will tell you about that, because they get there and they ask us to connect with the people that was doing Bitcoin circular economy. It was not the name for that at that time, but they was trying to do that. And we realized that there was no such a thing in that time. There was nobody doing that, no one even thinking about that, because all those conferences was about companies try to sell solutions, and speakers was talking about the Bitcoin as a financial tool, as a technology, as whatever, but nobody was really trying to use Bitcoin as day-by-day money. So we gave them B4H award in 2020, and we couldn't find a way how to help them, because we didn't know about that. So we realized that the only way was put together educational program for them, because they was very good in doing transactions, setting up the wallet, but when they have to talk about the Bitcoin, it was very limited knowledge, right? So we put together very first educational program way before my first Bitcoin was, and that is our small part in all this journey for Bitcoin Beach project. After that, they became example for all the country, and Salvador adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender. But for us, the main takeaway for us was a very surprising thing, that we suddenly saw other community trying to replicate the model, right? So we see in Brazil, Praia Bitcoin, in Guatemala, Bitcoin Lake, Bitcoin Jungle in Costa Rica, Bitcoin Ekasi here in South Africa. And we had that YouTube channel where we was doing all kind of interview with the related projects. And we heard all this story, and we saw this movement, and we just thought we should, how is that in English? Sorry, my English is not very fluid. So we was thinking how we can make this thing visible for the rest of the world, because this is very worth of sharing. And we put together a book. Okay, so it was like a year of interviews with all the leaders from this community and investigation. And we wanted to show in a story of hope and inspire the others, and that's what we did. The first book was about the first 5 Bitcoin circular economy, starting with Bitcoin Beach in Salvador, Praia Bitcoin Brazil, Bitcoin Lake Guatemala, Bitcoin Jungle Costa Rica, and Bitcoin Ekasi here in South Africa. And what we've learned about Bitcoin circular economy from this year and this process of investigation is that Bitcoin circular economy are the proof of concept for Bitcoin as a day-by-day money. And I'm pretty much convinced that that was the idea of Satoshi Nakamoto when he was trying to create the Bitcoin, that the idea, in my imagination, is money for day-by-day using, and money that is not printed by government or central banks, and it's free money for anybody that want to use it, no matter of color of the skin or social status or whatever. And it's a money that it's increasing in the value by the time, that it's only money that can do it. Because as we know, all the fiat money is losing their value by the time. So, and we learned that all those communities are connected. There's a very nice invisible net where all those communities help each other. So we saw that in Salvador last year in Bitcoin Circular Economy Summit, where the people from all over the world, without knowing each other, felt like in the family from the first moment, because they was trying to do the same thing in different countries. They were struggling with the same thing in different places, and they were sharing experiences. And Bitcoin Beach start helping other communities, and those other communities are helping the new communities. And it's like, this is actually the back part of the book, where is this invisible net. So, and we've learned that time preference of people change because of the Bitcoin, of course, because in very poor localities, the people living just day by day without thinking for tomorrow. And even if they want, there was no possibility. If they have $1 or $2 to save it, they have no place to do it. You cannot just leave it under your bed, and it can be stolen, whatever. But after that, we've seen this change, that people start thinking about the time preference, because they realize that it's $1 or $2 they can save. They can now, because they cannot be stolen from that. From then, this money can be, after 10 years, maybe their children university money. So this was very good, very big thing that we saw, and also Bitcoin changing lives, and we also learned that it's very important for those community that Bitcoiners are spending sats. So if you want, and if we want to grow this movement, we should visit all those community, spend some satoshis there, so we can support them this way, right? So where we are now. Okay, so the book was always a non-for-profit idea. Initially, when we put it together, the idea was just selling it and use those money for supporting new communities. But in that Bitcoin Circular Economy Summit in Salvador last year, we get there, and there was so many people from so many different places asking us about the new book and their story in it. So we was like 1 year producing the book about 5 communities, and there was suddenly 20, 30 new communities asking us to put them on our book. And so it's just impossible to do this kind of work, because we had to do like 2-3 books a year, because it's just movement that is so growing exponentially. But we came out with the idea to do additional chapters, which we did with the Bitcoin Indonesia. So we interviewed them, we put together their story, and we gave them the material of original book plus this 6th chapter. So this way we don't have to sell it and give them money. We just give them all the material so they can print their own book with their story and get funded this way, selling the book. So we did it with Indonesia, we did with the Peru, and in La BitConf, which was a few months ago, came many people talk to us about how they was inspired by our book, and we actually met few communities, few Bitcoin Circular new communities that was made because of the book. They read it, they was inspired, and they tried to do that. So that was huge success for us, and we was thinking we should do a new book where if we can get this kind of impact in other countries, that would be huge. So we came out with the idea for a new book, and it will be African Bitcoin Circular Economy book, and it will be dedicated exclusively to Africa. That's why I'm here. I'm going to interview the people, get in contact, recollecting story, and we want to do this book because imagine if we can inspire all the country, all the different community in Africa, even community that still using the French franc in those countries, and they can realize, because they can see the story of others as Ekasi or Lokshan or Witsen, all those communities that I met here, which they are already making it, so they can realize that they don't need the countries or banks or whatever for permission to find the financial freedom, right? So so this is what we're doing right now. I'm very excited about the trip that we're doing from tomorrow. We're going to visit few circular economy around here. And if anybody, I will be here till 6th. So if anybody has any inspired story about how Bitcoin changed life of people, please share it with me or take my contact and we will write about that. So will be good material for our book, because will be a little different from the first one, which was each chapter was for one community. This one will be more general, because here there's just so many, and we want to have all of them, so we will be quoting and sharing stories of them, not individual chapter for each community. So if you want to know a little bit about us, you can visit our website. We are on the X and Instagram, and you can check also our YouTube channel. And I brought 3 books, special edition, and 3 T-shirts, so we can make this giveaway for, I don't know how it is working, but Oken is... Okay, so thank you very much, guys. I'm very happy to be here. And